This is what the online version of the New York Times looks like. The world says goodbye and good riddance to 2020 is the headline there. So as we've been hearing, New Year celebration in the UK looked very different last night. And it was a similar story around the world, as Paul Hawkins reports.
Normally rammed, Times Square this year was closed to the public. Instead, only VIPs and 40 frontline workers and their families were allowed. Forget the crowds, New York cut back massively on its New Year celebrations because of COVID. In France, they had music maestro Jean-Michel Jarre live from his studio playing at a virtual Notre Dame Cathedral. The reality, however, was somewhat different.
It's too bad because, especially in this neighbourhood, we're used to having a great atmosphere, and we don't see that today. It's too bad.
Australians also stayed indoors. Their fireworks were cut to 7 minutes. While the UAE did it like this. And in the place where coronavirus began, it was New Year like usual. The Chinese reaping the rewards of tough lockdowns and a zero-tolerance approach. No more social distancing. Instead, socialising and parties. Remember that? Paul Hawkins, BBC News.
So we can speak now to CBS correspondent Nancy Chen, who's in Times Square for us this morning. Nancy, Happy New Year to you. Give us a sense of what it was like in New York.
Charlie, good morning and Happy New Year to you as well. You know, typically speaking, more than 1 million people come here to Times Square every New Year's Eve to see the ball drop and ring in the new year, with some people waiting 24 hours or longer in order to stake out that prime location and get that good spot to see the ball drop. But instead this year, well, this is as quiet as Times Square will ever be, with people being told to stay away, this entire area closed down to the public, police telling people to stay home and stay safe.
Yeah, we're just looking at some of the images we can see there, and as you described, a very different kind of atmosphere. Nancy, if I ask you a slightly bigger, wider question about society more generally in America, I mean, these have been extraordinary times wherever you live in the world, but in America too, you have a new president about to start. How is the mood whilst Corona is still so rife in the country, but new changes and a new year ahead?
Well, I think anytime there's a new year, there's a new sense of optimism about what might be coming in this new year. But that being said, of course, 2021 is being hailed in as at the same time that coronavirus cases have been surging across the country. And we still have, and now officially in this month, January 2021, a new president that will also be inaugurated.
And what about you, Nancy? Did you get to do anything, or were you just working the whole time?
I got a chance to at least see a little bit of that confetti come down, which is a very nice treat at the end of a very long year.
Nancy, good to catch up with you. Thank you very much. That is the view in Times Square this morning. Very different this year, as it has been all across the world as well.